everybody, it's Catherine and it's another Q&A Thursday. And today I just want to share a bit of a story about when I was younger. When I was 13 years old, I was extremely self-conscious and uncomfortable in my own skin. I didn't really relate to other people. I felt like they knew something I didn't know. I felt like there was a big gaping hole in my being that needed to get filled up. And I didn't have the tools or resources to really feel confident about myself, to not believe what other people were doing or saying as being what I needed to do. Like I didn't have a sense of self. So I relied on drugs and alcohol to get the inner chatter to quiet down, to get more comfortable when I was crawling out of my skin. There was a lot of just discomfort that was going on in my mind about what was happening in my life and what I'd like it to look like and how it wasn't happening. And so from the years 13 to 18, I really relied on drugs and alcohol. And unfortunately for me, I do have a tendency to be all or nothing about everything. So the minute that I found out that drinking removed that discomfort and the chatter in my head got more quiet, I just went full on. So by the time I was 18 years old, I was doing crystal meth, and it's something I told myself I'd never do. It's like once I added alcohol, you didn't know what was going to happen because my rational mind or my way of deciding what was good and bad got a bit distorted because I was on a mood-altering substance that changed the way I thought. So I did end up getting sober at 18 because I had a thought or a spiritual awakening that there was more to my life than what was currently happening. And there was no way I was either going to kill myself or try to get sober. And so I chose sobriety. And I'm so grateful that I did. It was like, I'm saying a lot on this video, but it's, I'm just trying to get across that when something uncomfortable was happening in my life, I chose to direct my attention on ways to distract myself from all of that in some other way. And what I didn't know at the time was that those things that I was using to distract myself actually caused more problems. And when I stopped drinking and using, those problems still existed that I was trying to get rid of. So I've learned over the years by trial and error that, I'm sober now, but I still have circumstances in my life that are uncomfortable. And there are other ways to distract myself and cause other problems instead of just being present with what's happening. And those things could be TV, compulsive shopping, eating too much sugar, gaining weight because I'm eating too much, and then focusing on that instead of whatever it was that was causing the upset in the first place, spending too much money, dating guys that I put up on a pedestal so I didn't really feel worthy of them. So there was a lot of intrigue and drama and excitement around trying to get this guy's attention instead of just dealing with myself. What else? Getting too busy. Being on Facebook all day instead of being in my life. Isolation. Not going out, not showing up with other people because something's going on where I'm feeling uncomfortable. All these things are ways to distract me from being present. And in my life today, there are several times where I've gotten news in my life that I could have chosen to use some of these negative ways to distract or to leave the building, so to speak. One of which was being diagnosed with lupus in 2003. I think it was 2003. Instead, I chose to, this is going to be the weirdest thing you'll probably ever hear, but I was diagnosed with lupus and knew immediately that I wanted to train for a triathlon with Team in Training and help people raise money for cancer research. It just was a way for me to say, I'm not letting this lupus thing get in the way of me living my life. And I've never trained for a triathlon. I'm not that athletic. And it was a life-changing experience. It really did help me to be with this fun group of people, and we were helping others. I was being of service, and I was also serving myself by doing something positive for myself and doing something completely out of the ordinary that was positive. And now I changed my diet and I don't have any lupus symptoms at this time, so it's all really fine. I just wanted to share, like, this diagnosis didn't stop me from living, and I didn't choose to go down another, that's where forks happen in your life, and you get to choose, am I going to drown myself in my sorrows, or am I going to pick myself up, be present, and choose something else? So this happens a lot in my life. I actually was in a car accident and have permanent tinnitus in my left ear, and I can't really hear out of that ear anymore, and I actually use humor to get through that because it's funny actually to think you know what somebody's saying and you answer them and they have no idea what you're saying in response to what they just asked, because it has nothing to do with what they just said. So, and I have a son with Down syndrome, and I've had to deal with making huge decisions for his schooling, for his therapy, and that can cause me a lot of anxiety. So instead of watching TV or eating too much or any of that stuff, I've chosen to get involved with organizations that know about what would be best for my son, and really plugging into organizations that can really help me understand what I need to do for my son. So yes, I watch too much TV at times. Yes, I eat too much at times. And what I find is that it doesn't help anything except delay my response to whatever's actually happening. And then I actually do need to deal with it at some point. After the fog lifts, after I get off my sugar high, or after the Housewives of Orange County is over, I still am stuck with whatever it is that I was dealing with in the first place. So I'm asking you today, what is it in your life that might cause you discomfort, and what means do you, where do you go to seek comfort? What do you do in those circumstances? If you're crawling out of your skin, do you divert yourself with drinking, or with eating, or with busyness, or do you have other ways of managing when life hits you with something you weren't expecting? The tips today are really to shift your focus, like I did when I was diagnosed with lupus. I shifted my focus to something positive and fun and totally out of the ordinary by training for a triathlon. So what is it that you can do to shift your focus today and try something new and exciting that actually has a positive impact on your life? Leave a comment below and let me know what it is you're going to do, what you're going to sign up for, what it is you're going to focus on. Instead of negatively trying to leave the room, try to show up fully and embrace what's happening and get the help you need and do something out of the blue. Let me know what it is down below. And of course, if you haven't signed up for the Soulful Summit, please do. It'll give you so many tips on how to live your life in a more free and empowered way. And there's a link on my website right over here. You can just click on it and sign up, and you'll get free access to the summit. So thanks again for coming. I'd love to hear your stories on things that have happened to you in your life and how you dealt with it, so that you could actually move forward instead of just staying stuck and being like a squirrel on a treadmill. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.